city of Chicago stuck it to Trump with huge FU they installed right outside his luxury hotel. Among President Donald Trump's impressive portfolio of luxury properties, is the Trump Tower Hotel in the heart of Chicago. While the magnificent mile area that it's located in along the river is nothing like what the crime-ridden south side of the city looks like, with its high-end shopping, restaurants, and hotels, Chicago officials pulled a gangster move right outside his high-rise. They not so subtly stuck it to the president with the huge FU they just erected as part of area's new installment that sends a clear message. Trump has done more for the Windy City than Barack Obama ever did, who used to call the place home when he was a city organizer before becoming president. Under Obama's 8 years, the city devolved into bloody chaos as thugs ran the south side and killed at will. Once Trump took over, he sent federal agents in to slow the senseless loss of life and show that the criminal reign of power was over and that the black lives they were taking really do matter to him. However, despite all this effort in making the downtown portion great with his beautiful hotel, the city of Chicago decided to deface his property with their massive gold statue. The city got in on the ongoing tug-of-war between Trump and the fake news media by seemingly siding with the liberals who constantly lie for a living about the president. Rather than respecting our president, they put a gaudy 5-foot gold statue right outside his hotel, which seems to be their take on Philadelphia's love sculpture. The Daily Caller News Foundation reports. The city of Chicago installed a 5-foot-tall statue in front of Trump Tower Monday that spells out "real fake" in gold paint. The statue is located at the intersection of Wabash Avenue and Wacker Drive, just across the river from Trump Tower. Chicago's Trump Tower has been a spot where protesters gather and express their feelings towards President Donald Trump. What's wonderful about art is that it is completely open to interpretation, city spokeswoman Christine Carino told the Chicago Tribune. Although the city spokeswoman says it's up to interpretation, it's pretty clear what the message is, and it's not in favor of Trump calling out fake news. The city and the artist, Scott Reeder, who created it, are obviously mocking the president's constant use of the term fake news at the media, who is guilty of pushing just that to destroy him and his credibility. Any insult is entirely in the beholder's eye, Carino added, according to the Chicago Tribune. And if the location, at the intersection of Wabash Avenue and Wacker Drive, directly across the river from Trump Tower, happens to be in a prime spot for Trump-hating tourists and Chicagoans to snap a social media-friendly selfie. Reeder couldn't immediately be reached for comment. But given that he made the sculpture in 2013, it's reasonable to assume that it wasn't created with the intention of mocking Trump, Chicago Tribune reported. Still, the installation, in a spot where tourists frequently take selfies making rude gestures aimed at the president, seems calculated. The city's notoriously anti-Trump mayor Rahm Emanuel was silent about the obvious jab to the president, but not so much in 2014 when it came to the Trump sign going up on the side of the now president's hotel. Chicago Tribune adds that Emanuel famously deemed the name on the riverfront side of the building as awful and in very poor taste. Apparently, this tacky gold statue isn't, though. This sculpture was one of 5 works of art selected to appear along the River Walk as part of the Year of Public Art in Chicago. This leaves one to wonder what would happen if a conservative artist created a work intended to mock Obama. Never in history has the commander-in-chief of this country been so discredited by the American people as President Trump has. Somehow this is acceptable, as well as defacing his property in a city he's benefited by being there.